Hello, gem hunter. You've probably heard of these stunning green gemstones. And if you haven't, let me introduce you to the emerald. Large, high-quality gems like the one appearing on your screen right now can fetch astronomical prices on the market. But how do you figure out if your region, or even your own property, might have emeralds hidden beneath the surface? Well, if you're planning to search for any precious gemstone in your area, there's one thing you should know. A little patience and the right knowledge to pinpoint exactly where to look are all you need to uncover gems lost in nature. They're often hidden among ordinary rocks in riverbeds, hillsides, and embankments. At this point, you might be asking yourself, what do I need to know to find these precious stones? The answer boils down to two main things. First, you need to understand what a gemstone looks like in its raw form. Second, you need to learn about the minerals that indicate the presence of gemstones in the soil. So in today's video, we're focusing on emeralds. While diamond, ruby, and sapphire hunting often steal the spotlight, we're keeping things simple by diving deep into this mesmerizing green gem. These translucent green beauties can bring in a fortune for those lucky enough to find them. To get started, the first step is understanding what emeralds look like in their natural uncut state. By learning to identify raw emeralds, you'll quickly notice they have very distinct characteristics that set them apart from other similar gemstones. And after watching this video, you'll be equipped to spot an emerald in the wild without missing a single one. The first thing that stands out about any raw emerald is, of course, its color. For those of you who aren't familiar with this gem's color range, it's important to note that emeralds display vibrant green tones that can vary from a light, almost yellowish green to a deep, intense green. This variation depends on the amount of chromium and vanadium in their composition. Additionally, the color is almost never uniform. You'll often notice areas with lighter and darker tones, which is perfectly normal in natural emeralds. This variation is one of the key features that can indicate you're holding a genuine emerald in your hands. Raw emeralds are also rarely as translucent as the cut stones you see in jewelry. In their natural state, emeralds tend to be more opaque or only slightly translucent due to the natural inclusions present in most stones. These inclusions are usually small fissures, air bubbles, or even particles of other minerals trapped within the gem during its formation. And now you might be wondering, do these imperfections reduce the stone's value? The answer is no. In fact, in many cases, these inclusions can increase the value of your emerald. These characteristics are not considered defects, but rather marks of authenticity. Think of them as a signature that guarantees the emerald was formed through natural geological processes. Another important aspect to consider is the crystal structure. When emeralds form, they typically grow into prismatic crystals with well-defined hexagonal shapes, similar to quartz. However, in nature, you might also find them broken into irregular pieces, especially in regions where natural wear and tear occurs, such as riverbeds and alluvial deposits. Over the years, the impact of water and soil in these environments can fragment the crystals into smaller pieces. These irregular shapes can make identification more challenging, which is why it's essential to familiarize yourself with other characteristics, such as the stone's luster and hardness, to aid in the process. Speaking of luster, raw emeralds exhibit a vitreous luster, meaning their shine is similar to glass. This luster might be less noticeable in very opaque or dirty stones, but it's still a defining characteristic. Even though the shine isn't as intense as it would be in a cut and polished emerald, it's an important detail that helps differentiate it from more common stones. Hardness is another critical factor in identifying a raw emerald. With a hardness of 7.5 to 8 on the Mohs scale, emeralds are significantly more durable than many other stones found in nature. For instance, an emerald can scratch a piece of quartz, which has a hardness of 7, but it won't be easily scratched by softer materials, such as glass, which has a hardness of about 5 on the Mohs scale. But that's not all. Emeralds also have a high weight-to-volume ratio, making them noticeably heavier than an ordinary stone of the same size. Thanks to their relatively high density, even a small emerald can feel heavier than you'd expect when held. This trait can be particularly useful if you're in a remote location, as you can use a simple, specific gravity test to identify the stone more accurately. If you're unsure how to perform this test, it's explained in detail in our Gemology for Beginners ebook. designed to help you identify gemstones even without the assistance of a gemologist or an experienced prospector. Now, imagine you come across a greenstone that looks very similar to an emerald, either in a riverbed or embedded in a rock. What signs can help you confirm if it's truly an emerald? In most cases, if it's an emerald, it will be surrounded by gravel and might be embedded in a piece of marble, schist, or another type of metamorphic rock. These are known as indicator minerals, and they serve as valuable clues for identifying areas where emeralds are likely to be found. We'll explain each of these minerals in detail shortly, so be sure to pay close attention to this part of the video. When found in alluvial deposits, meaning transported by water over time, emeralds can take on a rounded appearance due to natural wear. Even so, their characteristic green color and a subtle vitreous luster will still be visible, even if less pronounced. However, it's more common to find emeralds embedded in rock formations, near indicator minerals that suggest their presence. That's why understanding what these minerals are and how to identify them is crucial for increasing your chances of success. Indicator minerals are those that form under the same geological conditions as the gemstones we want to find. Since gemstones are much rarer than the surrounding rocks, analyzing these more common minerals can reveal whether emeralds are likely to be present in a specific area. This makes indicator minerals essential guides for gem hunters, as they save time and help focus searches on the most promising locations. Now let's talk about the minerals that can indicate the presence of emeralds and explain the characteristics of each one. We'll start with biotite, a very common mineral found in metamorphic and igneous rocks. Biotite has a dark appearance, with colors ranging from black to brown, and displays a metallic or vitreous luster depending on how it was formed. One of its most recognizable features is its thin, easily separable sheets. If you find biotite in large quantities in an area, it could be a sign that the conditions are favorable for emerald formation. Another important indicator mineral is phlogopite, which belongs to the same group as biotite but is less common. Phlogopite exhibits a range of colors, from golden and bronze to light brown, and also has a vitreous luster. It is typically found in marble and other magnesium-rich metamorphic rocks. Its presence suggests that the geological environment might contain emerald crystals within the surrounding rock. Additionally, we have green beryl, which is a direct indicator of the presence of emeralds. This is because emeralds are actually a variety of beryl containing traces of chromium and vanadium, which give them their characteristic green color. Green beryl, on the other hand, may exhibit lighter or less intense shades of green compared to an emerald, but it shares the same distinct hexagonal crystal structure. Finding green beryl in an area is a strong indication that emeralds could also be present nearby. Another important detail to consider is the type of rock where these minerals are typically found. Emeralds are often associated with rocks like marble and schist, both of which are formed through metamorphic processes. Marble is a fine to medium-grained rock with a generally uniform texture, composed primarily of calcite or dolomite. When polished, marble has a soft, elegant shine, but in its raw form, it appears dull and grainy. Its colors can vary, but in areas where emeralds are present, you'll often find white or gray marble with green veins caused by indicator minerals, or even emeralds themselves. Schist, on the other hand, is a foliated metamorphic rock with a laminated texture due to the parallel arrangement of its minerals. It has a shiny, flaky surface, especially in regions with high concentrations of mica, such as biotite or phlogopite. These mineral layers reflect light, creating metallic-like flashes that can catch your eye during prospecting. The color of schist can range from gray and dark green to black, depending on the minerals it contains. Its foliated structure makes it prone to breaking into layers, which can sometimes reveal emerald crystals embedded within its folds. Both marble and schist form in environments of high pressure and temperature, conditions that also favor the crystallization of emeralds. That's why exploring areas with these rocks can be highly promising. However, emeralds aren't the only gemstones you can find in such locations. There are other precious stones that also form under similar conditions. For example, aquamarines, which are another variety of beryl-like emeralds, share environments associated with metamorphic rocks and pegmatites. Other gems, such as spinels, topaz, and tourmalines can also be discovered in regions near these indicator minerals, especially in marble and schist formations. So if you happen to find another gemstone that isn't an emerald and need help identifying it, you can access the Gemology Journey for Beginners ebook, free for 7 days. This ebook is a practical and comprehensive guide with detailed descriptions, illustrative images, and simple tests you can do at home to discover what kind of gemstone you've found. Just click the first link in the description to gain access to this valuable resource, designed to help you explore the fascinating world of gemstones with more confidence and knowledge. By purchasing the ebook, you support our project while deepening your understanding of gemstones, increasing your chances of success in your treasure hunting journey. But if now isn't the right time to get the ebook, no problem. You can still subscribe to the channel to receive free weekly videos packed with content to help you identify incredible gems in nature, including diamonds. Speaking of which, the next video, already appearing on your screen, will teach you how to prospect for other gemstones in the wild. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Good luck, Gem Hunter!